We uniquely, as a union and other pilot unions representing 40,000 pilots, over 40,000 pilots, have stood on the clearest, quickest path is a clean CR. We're not picking political sides here, but we need this to stop now. That is the clearest vector to clear skies that we can possibly get. That being said, what Secretary Duffy has reaffirmed is not only his awareness of the immense pressure that air traffic controllers are under, but now we have the FAA administrator citing data that they're seeing signs of fatigue in the air traffic controllers. And that is to be expected. You know, in my cockpit, if you're fatigued by law, you're not allowed to continue. So we have air traffic controllers not only dealing with putting food on the table and the stresses of an already understaffed profession with underinvestment in the technology behind it. Secretary Duffy and Congress with $12 billion is investing in that. All that momentum is getting shaken. But the bottom line is Secretary Duffy, like a captain, no matter what the skies are, his job is to ensure that the passengers remain safe. And that's what he's doing with this reduction. Up until this point, we've had hour by hour, day by day delays and leading to cancellations. He said enough is enough. We've got the safety data now that shows us we have to take more dramatic action. So today we're seeing 4% cuts. Uniquely at American, that's 221 flights. I will give you a little insight to that, though, that you might find interesting. Of those 221 flights, 215 of them are on our regional jets, the smaller jets, less people on them. Those are important flights, but 6 of them are on the larger airplanes, not international. But what you need to know is that the airlines, and United's doing the same thing in Delta, they're taking a small airplane out of the sky to allow for the safety margin to be maintained. And, you know, airspace, the small jets occupy as much as the large jets. So everybody is trying to contribute to making this as least impactful as possible.
Sure.
I forgot a couple of the other points that you had, but they were just dead on. And by the way, this shutdown through a clean CR, whatever they come up with, you've got to keep this fight out of my cockpit. All these issues, the righteous issues you're debating, have nothing to do with me flying the airplane safely. So we're going to protect that margin, and we're going to make some clean demands on behalf of our passengers. And you got to know that the Thanksgiving travel period, think of it happening right now, because with these delays that we've had coming into this, airlines are using reserve pilots because of the misconnects. So we're already nibbling on that Thanksgiving turkey of reserve pilots that were meant to be used later in the month.
Wow.
So this has got to be settled today. Imagine this, settle it like tomorrow's Thanksgiving and your family members coming in, and you'll get the sense of urgency that we have.
That's a really interesting bit of information there, knowing that you're tapping second string, not that they aren't as qualified, obviously, but still it shows the strain on the system. You mentioned Secretary Duffy several times. I just wanted to play a soundbite here. This is in case our viewers missed it, and he is really prioritizing safety. Let's watch.
We had to have a gut check of what is our job. Is it to make sure there's, minimal delays or minimal cancellations, or is our job to make sure we make the hard decisions to continue to keep the airspace safe? That is our job, is safety.
And of course, I think we can all agree we would rather be late to our destination than not arrive at all because there was an issue. But what does that look like to actually get these flights back on schedule? You mentioned the smaller regional jets. I mean, do you just hope that there's another one scheduled a few hours from now?
Well, here's the thing. And by the way, Secretary Duffy is not just saying safety is our top priority. We hear that over many years. I've been doing this over 30 years. It's the action, and he's taking the action. So what we're seeing is, it's sad to say, if the government doesn't open, it's only going to get worse, because for this 4% reduction, which is not good, but it's manageable, it goes through the weekend. And come Tuesday, it goes up to 6%. By Thursday, 8%, and by, I believe it's Friday, it goes to the full 10%. That's not going to be helpful for the reliability of the airline, getting people from A to B. So what Secretary Duffy is mentioning is clear vision for the safety margin, but going to the impact that it's going to have on our passengers, it's only going to get worse if this government shutdown doesn't end. And right now, I tell you, I travel at near the speed of sound when we're flying. Government right now is working at near the speed of molasses. Get this figured out so that we can get fully focused and fully deployed to carrying our passengers during this important holiday period.
Information. truth is freedom. Is Newsmax. It's real news for real people.